Yo, what's going on, boys? How you doing? Ginger, Ricky, Hamza, Andrew, other Andrew, Vinay, Turkey, and Ginger. What's going on, boys? I hope you guys had a great day. I know most people at My Stock Life had a great day. Some great call outs today. Ricky killed it. Bucky killed it. A lot of people, Yash killed it. Great call outs, guys. And as we were going over the other day, we told you guys not to get too heavy long. Hello? My screen is not started? Yeah, it's on there. Alright, bye. Yo, can you guys see me? Just let me know in the comments if you guys can see my screen. We good? No? Alright, anyways. If it's lagging a little bit, just watch the video after. I will go over everything. SPY here. We had a big resistance zone. We told you guys about it. Don't get too comfortable in calls. Why did I say that? Obviously, there's a lot of macro factors in play, and these big resistances will eventually start to matter. So, obviously, today, big down day. Obviously, you can't see much of it in SPY. We are still above all the moving averages on the daily, so it's good. Other than that, there's Fed minutes tomorrow, same amount of volume as yesterday. I mean, we went up almost $4 on SPY yesterday from open to close. On the same amount of volume today, we dropped about almost $6 on the same amount of volume. So it's all about tomorrow. Let's see if the Fed says something bad. With the price action today, I do expect them to say something weird tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. Something unexpected, but let's see what happens. And these little hints that these guys are giving you, like Brainerd coming on today and issuing all those little hints, and it's going to be bad and this and that, that could be a little sign for something that they're going to drop tomorrow that people aren't expecting. So pay attention to that. Let's crush this whole thing. We killed this pullback right here with TSM puts and a couple other things. We killed AMD calls. We killed HD calls on this one or these 2 days basically. And then today we crushed a bunch of stuff as well. So congratulations, My Stock Life just been crushing it up and down. And the bears are all their money. So pay attention to the balance sheet reduction. I don't know what's going on with my internet right now. I think my computer might be too hot or something. It's lagging a little bit, but yeah. All these charts were posted in the morning, guys. All the warnings were given. If you guys were chasing calls up here yesterday or this morning, you have yourself to blame because I didn't see many people taking calls. So you must have done it secretly. QQQ, very clear weekly resistance that we rejected from last week. We actually ended last week with an inverted hammer, so it's pointing down. This week so far is also an inverted hammer underneath the 50-day moving average close today. So on Friday, if we close below last week's low, I think that's confirmation that we're going a lot lower. So let's see. It's all about the Fed minutes tomorrow. Right now, it's too early to say how the weekly candles will close, especially before what the Fed says tomorrow. Other than that, I mean, today had all the red flags in the making. You had QQQs dumping. You had IWM looking like complete trash. XLF joined the party later in the day. Inverted hammer here as well. Look at XLF straight red for 6 days in a row is a red flag in itself. Especially with interest rates rising, people would think banks would go up, right? Not with yield curve inversion, guys. So there's a little more advanced tricks to this market that a lot of people don't know. Here's IW's warning sign of the morning was IWM just falling off a cliff. So that should have told you what kind of day we were going to have. Completely rejected from the old range of this year, based out, tried to break back in, completely rejected, and today led the downside. So IWM is a big red flag. XLF, big red flag. VIX hourly, falling wedge, which is my favorite bullish pattern, guys, as I've told you. My favorite bullish pattern is on the volatility index, guys. Jesus, my internet is messed up right now. Sorry, guys. There's something going on here. No, it looks okay. So this is a falling wedge breakout right here on VIX. This is the VIX hourly. You see very clear falling wedge, and we hit the bottom yesterday, and this morning just ripped straight up in a line. Every hour, almost a green candle on VIX. 200-day moving average here on the hourly will probably be the next resistance around 22.05. If textbook falling wedge breakout, and these have a lot of follow through usually, that's why it's one of my favorite. ES, these levels were sent at 8:30 in the morning, guys. 45.84 to 44.89. High of the day was 45.88.75. So my highest, my top for the day was off by 25 cents. After that, just a straight dump all day. Little bounces back to my before level, 4554. Rejected there and then right back down. And we held the 45.14 at the end of the day. So tomorrow, can we have a little bounce before more of a sell-off, or can we bounce right back to high of day? It all depends on the Fed. Both scenarios are possible, but it depends on what the Fed says. Home Depot calls, we took them yesterday on this dip here, just went up all day. I don't think we were ever red on them. Sold them this morning for a nice gain. Why did I sell them? Again, I'm not going to hold calls for too long in this environment. I know what the macro is saying. I'm waiting for the real sell-off to come, but again, stocks will not go straight down. Stocks will not go straight up. There will be consolidation. There will be bounces in both ways. So when you have the profits, take them. In my opinion, this is a very scalper's market. And just take your gains and get out. There's no reason to be wait for the 10,000, 20,000% moves, because it's going to be more losses than wins, in my opinion. Here's KRE that we've been calling out for a while here. The weekly chart is what I was focused on. We finally broke under this support after regaining it in March 1st or March 8th. We finally regained the support that we lost. Came back, and now look at the sell volume. Look at the down days, 6 straight down days. We're losing the previous lows here, which were 66.85. Today we went to 66.80. We closed at 66.93. So if we close below 66.85 this week on KRE, this thing is ready to flush. And if you guys don't know what KRE is, it's the regional banks of USA. So basically, if this chart breaks down, regional banks in USA are breaking down. So remember that. It's very rare that you see this thing break down, as you guys see in the chart. DFS, one that I called out short today. Why did I call it out? I do have my 4-hour bear signal on this DFS. I've been waiting to short it. And it's right in the middle of the range. It's not like an A++ play, because it would have been A++ up here. But I don't think it'll get back up there, honestly. If the Fed says something bad tomorrow, this DFS is going to, everything in the market's going to dump. And I don't want to miss this one for a move, possibly to 98, 97. Other than that, looks fine. Puts are up. Tesla has, this daily chart was sent to you this morning as well. I send all these charts pre-market in the premium chat, guys. If you guys don't look at them or don't pay attention to them, then I don't know what to say. Daily chart here, very, very clear resistance, very, very clear rejection, down 54 points on the day. Tesla has a gap fill all the way down to 1021. So if this weakness continues, probably goes to 1021 at the very least. Tesla, after this huge run, even if it goes to 1021, that's still normal for bulls. That's the part that we've been stressing. On a huge run like this, a huge pullback can happen and it can still be healthy for the bulls. So how do you know when to get out of your calls? That's why these kinds of markets are so tricky, and why we've been telling you to slow down a bit. Here's Melly from my newsletter on Sunday. If you guys go to the weekly here on Melly, very, very clear resistance zone. Previous resistance, broke above it, turned into support, broke through support, turned back into resistance, and now we're testing it again. So if market weakness continues, this Melly is a great short, in my opinion, back down to the 200-day weekly, which would put it at around 931. So a possible 300 point short here on Melly if the market continues to be weak. UPS, another one. I got in a little bit early. Yush timed it. He got in after me. He timed it way better than me. And this one is finally showing what I thought it would show, but it took a little bit longer than I expected. So just a complete breakdown on UPS, breaking all the support levels. And UPS leads the market. Like I told you guys, the weekly 50-day on UPS has not been broken in about 2 years. So the 50-day is this teal line here. We have gone below it, but the week always closes above it. And look, the last time we closed below it was in June of 2020, which is way back here. And other than that, I mean, if we close below the 50-day, which is at 205, if we close below 205, that's a big red flag in my opinion for the whole market in general, because UPS, FedEx usually show where the market is going before the market goes there. So keep an eye on this UPS. If on Friday we close below 205, the market's in trouble in my opinion. Other than that, we got AFRM as well. Just an insane amount of puts hit in MSL today. It was so cool to see how quickly we switched from bull to bear. And it's because we've been warning you guys over and over and over again. Don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. The macro factors outweigh this little short-term run. But remember, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So here's AFRM, nice little bounce, regained the 50-day for 1 day, and now we're rejecting. What does that remind you of? IWM. What does that remind you of? TSM. It's a very big red flag when a stock breaks back up above a resistance and then the very next day rejects. That's a big red flag, and that says bulls, that's a bull trap. So everyone got sucked into longs here, all the bears got stopped out, and then the next day they reversed it, so all the bulls got screwed and all the bears got screwed because they already stopped out. So TSM, IWM, good examples. AFRM crossed over the 50-day, next day right down 8% today. If it loses today's lows, if it loses 43.20, I think AFRM can come right back down to around in the mid 30s. So keep an eye on these stocks. Everything is based on the Fed minutes tomorrow. If there's no surprise, in my opinion, if they only do a 25 basis point hey man, I can't even talk. If they only do a 25 point rate hike, I think the market